Hello friends, in last session we have just started a chapter 2 of class 11th and now we are going to study that in detail. That is a different classification system. We have just discussed that how different scientists have given different classification system. They divided living organism into different kingdoms, like Carl Linnaeus have given 2 kingdom classification. Ernst Haeckel divided living organism into 3 kingdoms. Carl Woese have given 3 domain for the living organism. R.H. Whittaker, the main one, that have divided living organism into 5 kingdom. Right, these 5 kingdom basic characteristics we have already done. Now we will start one by one. We will start to read one by one each kingdom. Right, our first kingdom is Monera. Okay, so why I have written these 3 letters? Let me explain you. The 3 main characteristics of Monera is this. Right, whenever this term kingdom you have seen, like Monera, so you the one thing that should come in your mind is bacteria. B for bacteria. Right, other thing is they all belongs to prokaryotes. They all are prokaryotes and they all mostly are unicellular. So Monera are unicellular prokaryotes and mostly are bacteria. Monera include all unicellular prokaryotes. सारे unicellular prokaryote किस में आते हैं? Monera में. This is further divided into Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Okay, Archaea and Eubacteria and Mycoplasma. I have just given this one so that these are different type of bacteria. Right, they are bacteria but they are different type of bacteria. Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. This domain, this was a part before this was a part of single system prokaryotes. But as you have seen, Carl Woese have divided both of them into 2 domains, Archaea and Eu. Now, what is the basic difference between them? Archaebacteria can live in most harsh condition, very high temperature, very marshy, salty condition, very low temperature. They can bear this. So, they are also known as extremophile. They are also known as extremophile. Extreme conditions में रह सकते हैं. But Eubacteria are true bacteria. Eu means true. Right? Eu means true. True bacteria. They cannot live harsh condition. Most harsh condition they cannot thrive. But Archaebacteria can live in that. Now, let's see Archaebacteria. Right? Number 1 is Archaebacteria. Let's see its characteristics. You can see this pink and peach and this green and this region. This is the water body in which a bacteria called as halophile is growing, and this halophile produces this red pigment. That's why you can see this red sea. Right, and this halophile can bear 30% water salt conditions. That means 30% salt condition it can bear. Right, that 30% salt condition, then in 100% water it have 30% salt in them. So Archaebacteria are special type of bacteria that can live in harsh condition. Right, harsh conditions such as halophiles, that means salt, 30% of salt they can bear. Some of them can bear high temperature. Right, जिन्हें पानी के गर्म सोते भी बोलते हैं, जिसके अंदर से धुआं निकल रहा होता है, मतलब इतना गर्म पानी होता है, हॉट स्प्रिंग्स. राइट, गर्म पानी की लहरें उसमें उठती हैं. थर्मोफाइल. सो मोस्ट ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया, दीज एक्सट्रीम बैक्टीरिया कैन लिव इन हाई टेम्परेचर up to 41 degrees Celsius to 122 degrees Celsius. Then these bacteria can live in marshy areas. Marshy यानी दलदली एरिया में रह सकते हैं. For example, some of those Archaebacteria can live in the gut of cow and buffalo. In their intestine they used to live. ठीक है, and are called as methanogens. What they known as methanogens, right? Organism that are producing methane. Okay, they are responsible for producing methane. That's why you have seen that the cow dung is mostly used to produce biogas. Because what is biogas? In class 10th maybe you have read, but what is biogas? Biogas is methane. Okay, biogas is methane. Okay, I'm just writing the first 3 letters, methane, biogas, right? Because these bacteria used to live in the gut of cow and buffalo. So in their cow dung, these bacteria also come out. Okay, and when this cow dung is used in the biogas plant, they produce biogas, that is methane. The bacteria cell wall is made up of in bacteria the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, but this is a different case, so I have to write a different word for that. Pseudo, right? Pseudomurin, right? Pseudomurin or a different type of peptidoglycan is present in the archaebacteria. Okay, this type of cell wall is present in the archaebacteria. Their growth cannot be inhibited by the antibiotics. There is no effect of antibiotic on the archaebacteria, right? Now, their growth cannot be inhibited by the antibiotics. Next one is eubacteria. I have just given this diagram for the eubacteria. This is the glimpse of the archaebacteria. Now we are studying this eubacteria. Why it is EU connected with the term bacteria? EU means true bacteria. This EU means true, U means true, okay, and then bacteria. True bacteria are eubacteria, okay, that are having a rigid cell wall, जिनकी rigid cell wall होती है, that is made up of peptidoglycan, also known as murin, okay, murin. In sometimes in NEET you have been asked this composition NAG and NAM. If possible, we will discuss this. So this murin is made up of this NAG and NAM, right? That is, it is made up of this unit. Okay, right? So peptidoglycan is also known as murin. आर्कीबैक्टीरिया में सेल वॉल थी स्यूडोम्यूरिन की, और यूबैक्टीरिया ट्रू बैक्टीरिया में सेल वॉल है पेप्टिडोग्लाइकॉन और म्यूरिन की. म्यूरिन और पेप्टिडोग्लाइकॉन एक ही चीज़ है. और स्यूडो मीन्स झूठा, राइट, और यू मीन्स ट्रू. आपको दो एक प्रीफिक्स मिल गए हैं, यू मीन्स ट्रू एंड स्यूडो मीन्स झूठा. ओके, देन their growth can be inhibited by the use of antibiotics. Yes, by using antibiotics, cell wall formation or another mechanism can be stopped and hence the bacterial growth can be stopped. Because cell wall जो होती है बैक्टीरिया में वो उनके सेल को बनाए रखती है. यूनिसेलुलर है, सारी लिविंग बॉडी एक सेल के ऊपर ही चल रही है. अगर उसकी सेल वॉल नहीं बन पाई तो पूरा सेल ब्रेस्ट कर सकता है, राइट. इसलिए उनके एंटीबायोटिक जब ट्रीटमेंट की जाती है तो बहुत अर्लियर स्टेजेस में सेल वॉल ही नहीं बन पाती, और सेल वॉल बन नहीं पाती, इसलिए बैक्टीरिया विल डाई. ओके, बैक्टीरिया कैन रिप्रोड्यूस बाय बाइनरी फिशन. In archaebacteria you need to know most of their characteristics, that how can they grow in different conditions. In bacteria you need to know how they reproduce, how they obtain their nutrition, the most thing. So bacteria will reproduce by binary fission. During unfavorable condition they reproduce through spores. Okay, so there are different modes by which they can divide. Binary fission in class 10th you have just read. A single parent cell will divide into two equal daughter cells, then it is known as binary fission. Then spore, in unfavorable condition a thick coat or cover is formed around the seed, and when the favorable condition return, that spore will germinate, come out of that thick coat and germinate, right. This is called as spores. Eubacteria can be classified into different types on following basis. अब eubacteria अलग अलग तरीके के होते हैं on the basis of shapes. Number one, shapes. You can see different types, right. This is, you can see circular shape, this is rod shape, this is a spiral spring kind of shape, and there is another thing that is if I can prepare, then if I can make, yes, this is vibro shape. Okay, comma shape or vibro shape, right. Spherical is also known as, okay, spherical is also known as cocci. So if in a name of bacteria you will find that written cocci, right? Lactococcus, right? That means it is a spherical bacteria. Okay, for example, I am writing it here, Lactococcus. Sorry, not Lactococcus, sorry, Streptococcus. That means it is of a cocci or a spherical shape. Then in this one you can see this is a rod shaped, right? Also known as bacilli. Okay, also known as bacilli. So if in any bacteria you find the term, this term is including lactobacillus, that means it is of a rod shaped. Then spiral, ठीक है, if any in it is written spirulum or spirulina for example, right? That means it is a spiral shaped. Vibrio, okay, the bacteria that cause cholera, Vibrio cholerae. Okay, Vibrio cholerae. So that bacteria is your comma shaped. Okay, so these are example on the basis of shapes. It can be spherical one, can be rod, can be spiral, and can be comma shaped, Vibrio shape, right? If it is spherical, then term cocci is used. If it is rod shaped, then term bacilli is used. If it is spiral, then spirulum is used. Then if it is comma shaped, then it is vibrio term is used. And in the name of those bacteria sometimes this can be used as suffix. एक प्रत्यय की तरह इस्तेमाल कर लिए जाते हैं कई बार, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि शेप क्या हो सकती है उस बैक्टीरिया की. Now bacteria can also be divided, eubacteria can also be divided on the basis of modes of nutrition, right? Now modes of nutrition. Bacteria can be photosynthetic, that means they are taking energy for making food from sun, light, right? Mainly light. They can also be chemosynthetic, that means they are taking energy to make their food from a chemical substance, right? And they can be heterotrophic, so that they are eating on someone else. Okay, let's see one by one. Number one is photosynthetic bacteria, right? Photosynthetic autotrophs, that means वो बैक्टीरिया जो अपना खाना खुद बना रहे हैं, ऑटोट्रॉफ्स, इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ फोटो मीन्स लाइट. ऑटो मीन्स जो अपना खाना खुद बनाए, फोटो मीन्स लाइट, यानी लाइट की प्रेजेंस में. नंबर वन इज एग्जाम्पल आपका यू बैक्टीरिया का है साइनोबैक्टीरिया. दीज आर दोज ऑर्गेनिज्म दैट वर फर्स्ट फाउंड ऑन अर्थ और फर्स्ट ग्रोन ऑन अर्थ, ओके, इन द एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट. साइनोबैक्टीरिया और ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गी इज वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म ऑन अर्थ. दे आर व्हाट, यूनिसेलुलर, आइदर फाउंड ऑन कॉलोनी, यानी वो कॉलोनी के फॉर्म में, जैसे आपको ये एक नहीं दिख रहा बैक्टीरिया, ये एक नहीं है, ये एक पूरा है, ये एक नहीं दिख रहा है, ऐसे कई सारे हैं, राइट? ये एक बैक्टीरिया है, फिर इसके बाद ये अलग है, पर ये एक साथ कॉलोनी में भी हो सकते हैं. दे कैन बी फिलामेंटस, यानी एक सेल से कई सारे सेल जुड़े हो सकते हैं, दे आर फिलामेंटस. एंड दीज कॉलोनीज आर सराउंडेड बाय जेलेटिन शीट. जेलेटिन मीन्स अ ट्रांसपेरेंट jelly kind of sheath. You can see surrounding to them there is a jelly kind of structure, okay, gel like structure. They can reproduce extensively and can form algal bloom. बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रो कर सकते हैं extensively, बहुत जल्दी मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं. Whenever they found a nitrogen or phosphorus source inside the water body, they can grow and multiply over the surface of water. And अगर surface of water पे ये सारे जगह पर ग्रो कर जाएंगे, तो जो लाइट सोर्स है और जो ऑक्सीजन सोर्स है वो तो ख़त्म हो जाएगा. तो इनसाइड जो लिविंग प्लांट्स या फिर एक्वेटिक एनिमल है, हाउ दे विल लिव, वो नहीं जी सकेंगे, राइट? अंडर वाटर ऑर्गेनिज्म विल डाई. ओके, सो दैट्स हाउ द पोल्यूशन विल बी कॉज्ड. एक तरह से पोल्यूशन हो जाता है. ओके, so you can see this one, right? On the sea shore you can see a dead fish. So it is because of the growth of this green structure or the jelly kind of cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria have a special structure in cells, that is heterocysts. This is the main term. Sometimes asked, what are these? heterocyst, right? These are heterocyst. Heterocyst are thick walled cell structure in the cyanobacteria that is required for nitrogen fixation. ये थिक वॉल स्ट्रक्चर होता है. देखिए ये पूरा का पूरा आप सेल देख सकते हैं, पूरा का पूरा एक फिलामेंटस एल्गी देख सकते हैं, फिलामेंटस बैक्टीरिया देख सकते हैं, साइनोबैक्टीरिया देख सकते हैं. ये जो साइनोबैक्टीरिया इसमें बाकी के सारे सेल में आपको अंदर कुछ ना कुछ दिख रहा होगा, बट इसमें नहीं, बिकॉज इट इज़ अ थिक वॉल्ड सेल. Okay, in this thick walled cell there is no nitrogen fixation, there is no oxygen can go inside. इसमें ऑक्सीजन नहीं जा सकती, और ऑक्सीजन जहाँ नहीं जा सकती वहाँ पर नाइट्रोजन फिक्स किया जा सकता है. ओके, सो दीज आर थिक वॉल्ड स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड. These are thick walled structure that is required for nitrogen fixation. Okay. Example of cyanobacteria is Nostoc and Anabenna. Yes, the one thing that I want to tell you that cyanobacteria is an actual algae. Okay, algae है. Okay, why we are terming it as bacteria? Because this algae have a prokaryote structure. Okay, these are autotrophs. They have filamentous or colonial structure with gelatin sheath. They can form algal bloom and they have heterocyst. Now next one in these bacteria, eubacteria is chemosynthetic autotrophs. यानी वो बैक्टीरिया, वो ट्रू बैक्टीरिया जो अपना खाना खुद बना रहे हैं किसी केमिकल की प्रेजेंस में. ओके, एग्जाम्पल NCERT में शायद दिए गए हैं, शायद नहीं, बट आई एम अवेलिंग इट टू यू दैट सम इनऑर्गेनिक मटीरियल आर यूज एज एनर्जी सच एज नाइट्रोजन, सल्फर, अमोनिया. ओके, as an energy sources for the food. Okay, for the synthesis of food by bacteria. जैसे कि यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल है थायोबैसिलस. ओके, थायो जहाँ टर्म यूज़ होगी मोस्टली आप आगे भी देखेंगे बायो में कुछ ना कुछ सफिक्स या प्रीफिक्स कॉमन यूज़ किए जाते हैं, एंड दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द टर्म जहाँ आप थायो देखेंगे वहाँ पर एक्चुअली सल्फ़र का इंक्लूजन ज़रूर होगा. सो सल्फ़र जब एनर्जी सोर्स की तरह यूज़ किया जा रहा है बाय द बैक्टीरिया थायोबैसिलस. Okay, so one of the example chemosynthetic autotroph. Now most familiar kind of class of bacteria is heterotrophic bacteria. देखिए इससे पहले हमें ये नहीं पता था कि बैक्टीरिया फोटोसिंथेटिक भी होते हैं, प्लांट की तरह वो भी फोटोसिंथेसिस करके अपना फूड बना सकते हैं, बट हमें ये पता था कि कुछ हेटरोट्रॉफिक बैक्टीरिया होते हैं. सम ऑफ दोज बैक्टीरिया दैट मीन्स दे आर ईटिंग ऑन अनदर ऑर्गेनिज्म. सम ऑफ दीज बैक्टीरिया आर यूजफुल but some of them are harmful, we know. So how they are useful, let's see. Some helpful bacteria such as in curd making. ये term अभी पहले आई थी, lactobacillus. Bacillus means a rod shaped bacteria that help in curd making. Okay, lacto is basically for a sugar that is present in the milk, that is lactose. Okay, lactobacillus. Then some are used in antibiotic preparation, Streptomyces. This is the second antibiotic is prepared from this bacteria, Streptomyces. Okay, some are useful in nitrogen fixation, such as Rhizobium bacteria present in the leguminous plant that is used for nitrogen fixation. So these are the three uses of the bacteria. From most of these three uses only, right? Then harmful bacteria. You know, many of the bacteria are involved in many pathogenic diseases, right? Okay, जैसे कि अभी मैंने एग्जाम्पल बताया विब्रो कोलेरे, राइट, दैट कॉज कोलेरा. ओके, Salmonella typhi for the typhoid, but we are going to read it in a different chapter, so we will do that in that thing. यहाँ आपको सिर्फ उसके हार्मफुल आप सिर्फ डिजीज़ भी लिख देंगे कि उनके हार्मफुल क्या है वो आप बता सकते. कोई भी नॉर्मल बैक्टीरियल डिजीज लाइक टाइफाइड, कोलेरा, ओके, एंड एक्सेट्रा. सो दिस इज द बेसिक डायग्राम फॉर दैट. You can see our bacillus shaped bacteria is given. It have ribosomes, cytoplasm. The main thing is it do not have a nucleus. That's why its chromosome is scattered in the cytoplasm, and this is known as nucleoid. Okay. Then other thing is the flagella. They have a tail kind of structure for the movement, flagella, and in some and the smaller pili or pili that is used to capture the prey, यानी शिकार को पकड़ने के लिए, और टू टेक द फूड इनसाइड, फूड अंदर लेने के लिए होता है. ओके, दीज 3 आर द मेन स्ट्रक्चर. ओके, न्यूक्लियोइड, पिलाई एंड फ्लैजिलम. ऑफ कोर्स दे हैव अ सेल वॉल फ्रॉम पेप्टिडोग्लाइकॉन. अगर ये 4 स्ट्रक्चर आप लिख सकते हैं, दैट मीन्स यू नो द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बैक्टीरिया. लास्ट but not the least, mycoplasma. Most of the time it has been asked, what are these? These are wall-less bacteria. They do not have a cell wall, and this characteristics of them helps them to survive against antibiotic, because most of the antibiotic given are based on the function to prevent the formation of cell wall, और cell wall है ही नहीं तो उसको बनाने से कैसे रोकेंगे, और बैक्टीरिया को ग्रो होने से कैसे रोका जाएगा. सो इट हिंडर्स द वर्क ऑफ एंटीबायोटिक. ओके, रोक देती है उसके वर्क को. माइकोप्लाज्मा कैन सर्वाइव विदाउट ऑक्सीजन. सो आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट नॉट ऑल बैक्टीरिया कैन नॉट सर्वाइव इन द ऑक्सीजन. देयर आर मेनी एनारोबिक बैक्टीरिया जो ऑक्सीजन के बिना रह सकते हैं, बट माइकोप्लाज्मा आर वन ऑफ देम. दे कैन सर्वाइव इन विदाउट ऑक्सीजन. Smallest living cell, right? Smallest living cell is also a mycoplasma, that is PPLO. In chapter cell in class 11th you are going to read this term again. PPLO, smallest cell, pleuropneumonia like organism. Okay, so these are pneumonia causing organism also. Mostly the mycoplasma are pathogenic. Okay, now you can see the structure again. They do not have a nucleus, so their DNA is scattered. There is a ribosome, there are RNA, there are metabolites, and this is the protein coat or envelope. Because they do not have a cell wall, they have a plasma membrane made up of lipoproteins, lipid and proteins. Lipid means fats and proteins. Okay, so that's all for the day. In the next class we will read the next kingdom, that is Protista. Right? Okay, so we have just seen how these Monera can be classified into, right? Monera can be classified into Archaebacteria, Eubacteria and Mycoplasma, right? Then Eubacteria can further be classified, Archaebacteria can further be classified into Thermophile, Halophile, right? And of course methanogens. And Eubacteria can further be classified into shapes, cocci, bacilli, spiral or vibro, or autotrophs or heterotrophs. Autotrophs may be photosynthetic autotrophs, chemosynthetic autotrophs, and further heterotrophs, and then finally the mycoplasma. Okay, and all these lines of mycoplasma are important, that they are wall-less, they can live without oxygen, they are smallest living cells, are also mycoplasma, and they can do the pathogenic diseases. Okay, that's all for the day. Thank you.